Welcome back, seniors. We are so excited to have you back for your senior year. There's a lot happening this year, and your CHS Guidance Department is here to help you through the next step in your life. To see a counselor, visit the guidance office during lunch. Mrs. Stevenson, our counseling secretary, will be the first person to meet you and can help direct you to see your counselor or answer any basic questions. Counselors are arranged alphabetically by last name, but in most cases, any counselor can assist you or answer your questions.
Hello, my name is Emily Stevenson, Guidance Secretary.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Troche, counselor for students with last names A through CHAT.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mrs. Vogel, and I have students' last name CHAU to GON.
Hi, everyone. My name is Nikki Mitchell. I'm counselor for students with the last names GOO through LE.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Cizik, and I work with students' last names LI through ON. I hope you all have a great school year and go Pack.
Welcome to the 2024 school year. I'm Mr. Anderson, guidance counselor for students with the last names OO through SI.
Hi, my name is Ms. Abear, and I am the sixth counselor on the counseling team, and my alpha is SJ through Z.
Hi, I'm Julianne Ceccarelli, support counselor at Claremont High School.
Hello, CHS seniors. So the question often arises, what should I expect in my senior year? You've been looking forward to this for so many years, and now it's here. So let's talk a little bit about what you can expect. You should plan for post-CHS options. So in other words, we're going to spend a lot of time this year emphasizing the importance of thinking ahead. What's your goal after you graduate? Will you be going to a four-year college, a community college, the military, the workforce? Are you planning to do a gap year? These are questions that your counselor will be asking you over and over throughout the year, not to overwhelm you, but because it's going to give us the guidance that we need so that we can guide you on next steps. So be prepared to answer that question. Also, please make sure that during your senior year, you are communicating with your counselor and counseling department instructions. In other words, we're going to send reminds. We're going to send you messages. You may get things in Canvas. We're going to communicate with you every step of the way so that you know exactly what you should be doing and when you're doing it. As long as you're adhering to those reminders, you're going to be set for a smoother senior year. What else should you expect in your senior year? Make sure that you complete the checklist on your SchoolLinks account. Okay, that's really important. SchoolLinks becomes a vital part of keeping you organized with colleges, transcripts, different deadlines. So you're going to make sure that you complete everything in your SchoolLinks account. Another thing that you should expect in your senior year, apply for financial aid and scholarships. So whether you're going to a four-year college, a community college, trade school, we're going to be talking about applying for financial aid. We're also going to encourage seniors to please look for and apply for scholarships. That's free money. We don't want you to overlook that. And you'd be surprised at the number of scholarships that you may be qualified to receive. FastWeb is a website that you'll hear us mentioning. Please set up a FastWeb account so that you can be privy to all of the different scholarship opportunities that might pertain specifically to you. Another thing that you can expect in your senior year is completing the steps with Ms. Miller in our College and Career Center for the Citrus College Early Decision Program. Now, students who are planning to go to a four-year college, we still encourage you to do this step because your plans may or may not change during the course of your senior year. Depending on your admission decisions, depending on financial aid, you may discover that community college is an excellent opportunity for you to pursue your education. And if that's the case, working with Ms. Miller on the Citrus College Early Decision Program application is going to provide you what you need in the event that you apply to Citrus or any other community college. Another thing that you should expect to do in your senior year is maintain academic rigor. What that means is, as you are applying to different colleges, as you're preparing for your future, you're still a student. Senior year is very important. And for those of you applying to four-year colleges, realize that they expect for you to complete this year with the same type of prowess that you've done or better over the past 3 years. So again, the academic rigor that you maintain is very important. We don't want you dropping classes or lightening your load if it's not necessary, Okay, so please maintain your academic rigor. Another thing that you should expect in your senior year, emails. You're going to get a lot of them because as you are applying, maybe for jobs, scholarships, colleges, email is going to be the way that they communicate back with you. So please set it on your calendar to check your emails regularly. That's going to be a really important factor in keeping up with deadlines and things that you don't want to miss that are really time sensitive. What else should you expect in your senior year? Please seek the support available, whether it's from teachers, your parents, guardians, counselors, and use the college application labs that will be held Tuesdays and Thursdays in the library. CHS counselors are going to make themselves available later in this semester to help you as you are working on your college apps. We want you to feel confident and self-assured about what you're submitting. So as you're inputting the courses, as you're writing your personal statements or your personal insight questions, please use those application labs to get the support that you need. What else can you expect in your senior year? Please make sure that you find and maintain a system to stay organized, whether it's an electronic or a paper agenda. We want you to stay on top of everything that you need to do because there's a lot of it, but it's a lot easier when you have a system in place. Also in your senior year, we want you to keep track of college application deadlines. And please, seniors, don't wait until the last minute. When you're given a deadline for an application, please plot out an earlier deadline in which you're going to submit your application. So for the Cal State and the UCs, with the November 30th deadline, we often tell students, make it a priority to have your applications completed and submitted before you leave for Thanksgiving break. That way, counselors again can help you and support you while there's time. At the last minute, systems will typically crash because of all the procrastinators, so you don't want to be in that pool of students. And finally, what should you expect in your senior year? You should expect to work hard, but you should also expect to build in healthy downtime. We'll talk a little bit more about that, but it's important that you work hard, but also build in time to take care of yourselves for an exciting senior year. Here's a question for you. Why is it important to get involved? Well, studies have shown that students who participate in extracurricular activities have higher grades, more positive attitudes towards school, and higher academic aspirations for themselves. So counter to what you might think, being involved can actually help you to be a stronger and healthier student overall. Involvement in extracurricular activities allows you to discover your likes, dislikes, aptitudes, and potential career pathways. So when you are joining clubs at club day or staying involved in those clubs, when you are balancing a job, when you are doing leadership activities, whether it's in school or outside of school, those things are actually helping you to make you a well-rounded individual and to give you some insight as far as what you might want to pursue after you graduate from high school. Keep in mind that colleges, both 4-year and 2-year colleges, appreciate well-rounded individuals who bring more than their grade point average to the campus. Involvement in activities shows how you can contribute to that campus. So again, schools are looking for people who are involved in leadership, musicians, thespians. They're looking for athletes. They're looking for comedians. They're looking for all parts of a fabric that's going to make that school a really special place to be. So we want you to be yourself here, and we want you to get involved in all the ways that you can that are healthy and productive for you to be a well-rounded individual. Engagement in extracurricular activities and outside interests provide the very critical balance that's needed to become and remain a healthy individual. And we'll talk more about balance as we move forward. Another really important question to ask yourself is this: why is finding balance and organization so important? Because it really, truly is. It's hard to meet any of your academic, career, athletic, or other personal goals without your best physical and mental health. Balance is the key to maintaining health. Managing stress is a life skill that you've been learning and continuing to learn. High school is providing you many opportunities for growth in this area as you juggle various demands and responsibilities. Prioritization is the key as you do that juggle. So here at Claremont High School, especially in your senior year, we want you to create lists of things that you need and want to do. Use that list to help you calendar where you will fit both your work and your play. And just because you can do something doesn't always mean that you should. So what I mean is, with a growing number of academic opportunities at your disposal, it's really important for you to prioritize that which is most important for your overall goals and overall wellness. That might not look the same between siblings, between people in your friend group, but you've got to do what's best for you in terms of maintaining that balance of pushing yourself enough, but not too much in which your health or your mental health becomes at risk. Using an agenda is an excellent way to keep track of your school and personal responsibilities. You'll hear us talking about that a lot. If you prefer less paper, there are electronic calendars that you can download and that you can use that will do the same function. Here at Claremont High School, as you know, we give you a student planner during registration. And the reason we give you this is because we intend for you to have a way, whether it's that particular agenda or one that you choose on your own, to organize your time and responsibilities and plan ahead. That means if you know something is coming up, whether it's an activity, a project, put it down in your calendar so that you can troubleshoot and know when things are going to pile up and when you really need to maintain a certain amount of balance in getting things done. Sleep, exercise, proper foods, and sufficient water intake are all key components to maintaining health and balance in the life of a busy student. These things will only happen if you make time and space to carve it out into your schedule. High school is equal parts academic and social growth. So please take part in the many wonderful activities that this time of your life is intended to explore, such as sporting events, dances, student musical and theatrical performances. The adults on campus want to see you thrive in healthy ways so that you can be happy, balanced, healthy, and confident young adults once you leave Claremont High School.
There are 4 major systems for college applications. The first major system is the community college system. All California community colleges will use the CCC Apply website. If you have taken a Citrus dual enrollment class, you've already completed this application once before. Since CHS has a partnership with Citrus College, Claremont High School graduates can apply for the early decision program with Citrus, which gives CHS students priority registration and financial assistance. You do not need to write any essays nor obtain letters of recommendation for community colleges. Be sure to tell your counselor that you want to be part of the Citrus Early Decision Program during your credit check. The second major college application system is for the Cal State University system. Cal State Apply is a single application that can be used for every university within the Cal State system. Like the community college system, you do not need to write any essays nor obtain letters of recommendation. Each Cal State application will cost $70. Some students will be eligible for fee waivers, which can be obtained inside the application itself. The Cal State application window opens November 1st and closes November 30th. Like the CSU application, the UC application is a singular application that will be used for all of the schools within the University of California system. Each application will cost $80, and fee waivers are available directly in the UC application as determined by the entered financial information. While the UC application does not require letters of recommendation, they will require a form of college essays known as the personal statements. If you haven't started writing these yet, now is an excellent time to start. The UC application window opens October 1st and closes on November 30th. The final major college application system is the Common App. This is a singular application that can be utilized to apply to over 1,000 colleges and universities. Fees can vary depending on the school, but $75 per application is typical. There are also fee waivers available, which can be obtained through the guidance office. Most colleges on the Common App website will require essays and letters of recommendation. You can find more information on SchoolLinks. Some colleges will not utilize any of these 4 application systems. Information on how to apply and requirements can be found in SchoolLinks or directly on the college website.
All right. What is early action and early decision? Early action and early decision are application options that you have this fall as you're applying to colleges. Here is a handy tool to see some of the information about your options this fall. Regular decision, the definition is regular decision has a set deadline, and typically the notification period happens in the spring in March, giving you your admission decision from the college. Rolling decision means that colleges accept applications from students on an ongoing rolling basis, and typically they respond within a few weeks on their decision. Early action and early decision is the focus of our time together right now. Early action means that students must follow earlier application deadlines, typically November 1st or November 15th. Some colleges will have a second early action or EA cycle in January. When you apply early, you also find out earlier if you have been admitted. Typically, you will find out in mid-December if your application deadline was November 1st or 15th. With early action, you have unlimited time through May 1st to make your decision about the school that has given you an admission decision. Your statement of intent to register nationwide is May 1st, and under early action, you have until May 1st to decide if you accept their offer of admission. Early decision is a different program, and it's really for students who have a clear top choice school. Like early action, applications under early decision are submitted earlier than regular decision timelines, typically November 1st and 15th. Some colleges will also offer a second early decision cycle, typically in January. Decisions under early decision are made sooner, and students usually find out in mid-December if they've had a November application deadline. The major difference with early decision is that it's binding. You can only apply to one early decision school per cycle. And if admitted, you are telling that college under early decision that you will accept their offer. Your only way to exit an admission offer under early decision is if the finances don't permit your attendance there. That's your only backtrack. You need to understand that going into early decision. When you use the common application, be sure to indicate if you are applying to Campus X under early decision. You and your parent and guardian must also sign off requirements of this option. By doing the above information, your counselor will be able to indicate that he or she acknowledges your single college choice under early decision. When you apply under early decision, you can apply to other colleges unlimited under regular decision, but a single early decision application per cycle. What is restrictive early action? It doesn't happen very often, but Stanford University does use a non-binding restrictive early action. It's an early action plan, but you can only apply to Stanford under restrictive early action. Their deadline is November 1st for restrictive early action, and there are 3 possible REA decisions. You are either offered admission and have until May 1st to respond, or you are denied admission and you may not reapply under regular decision, or your application is deferred to regular decision and you will receive a decision by early April. One thing to keep in mind under early action and early decision is that the pool of students who apply under these programs tend to be very competitive, and many students have completed admission testing, even for schools that are test optional. So please consider if taking the SAT or ACT is beneficial for you, and you can go ahead and book that this fall. And if you have taken the SAT or ACT, you are encouraged to consider submitting your scores to provide another data point for colleges as they consider your application. The UCs and the CSU do not have early action or early decision. They have a regular decision timeline with very specific deadlines, November 30th for both UCs and Cal States. All right, today's topic is on letters of recommendation. If you're a senior applying to private colleges or applying extensively for scholarships, you need to get letters of recommendation. So let's talk about how to get them. Letters of recommendation will be needed, as I indicated, for private colleges and for students who are pursuing heavily scholarships. Letters of recommendation are not required by the UC or the CSU system. Who can write your letter of recommendation? Typically, it's a junior year teacher and your counselor. But you can also ask outside people to write your letters to support your application, such as members of clergy, community members, etc. How do you request a counselor letter? You complete the counselor questionnaire. We emailed all this information to you last June at the end of your junior year, but you can find the counselor questionnaire in the to-do list in School Links and on the CHS website. Complete the counselor questionnaire form, and all that needs to be submitted no later than Tuesday, September 26th. Here's a screenshot of the CHS counseling department, so you can see that link as well. The CHS website also has other information and YouTube videos on other topics, so we want you to make sure that you know where to get all your resources. Here is a copy of the questionnaire to get a letter of recommendation from a teacher. That is also in School Links under the to-do list, and again under the CHS website counseling/supporting students tab. The teacher questionnaire is shorter. So for each teacher that has agreed to write on your behalf, you need to complete the teacher questionnaire and submit it via email to each teacher by the deadline Tuesday, September 26th. The teacher questionnaire form simply asks you to provide some examples to help your junior year teacher write an effective letter of recommendation. The counselor questionnaire is shown here. It is on a Google form. We do want you to list the colleges and your earliest deadlines on this counselor questionnaire. That's the first page of it. Here is the second page showing the parent questionnaire. There are 4 questions we like your parents or guardians to answer. It helps your counselor write a more effective letter because your counselor letter is showing the colleges the broad range of your high school experience, and knowing a little bit more about you from your family can give us a little bit more depth to the letter. And the counselor questionnaire questions are listed below, and we do ask that you submit all the answers on your counselor questionnaire in complete sentences so that we can have a tangible piece to go off of. We are not going to use AI for your letters of recommendation. The requests for letters of recommendation are no later than Tuesday, September 26th for teachers' letters and for counselor letters. Again, reminders, please select a junior year teacher to write your letter of recommendation. If you haven't already, please make sure that you confirm with a junior year teacher or 2 if they are willing to write on your behalf. And counselors write over 50 letters per season. So please make sure that your counselor questionnaire is complete and that you pay the one-time $20 transcript fee before the deadline so that we can send out your letters promptly and transcripts when needed.
As a senior, you will be utilizing the resources in School Links frequently as you go through the college application process. There are several in-depth videos on many of the features in School Links, and you will be receiving training through our Career Center. As a reminder, you will log on to School Links by visiting their website and logging on using the Google account option under Single Sign-On. Once you are in School Links, be sure to check your to-do list in the main section of the website. On the left is your navigation icons, which will lead you to college searches and how to add applications. All of your colleges must be added into the college application section. The Career Center will help walk you through this process. School Links will also be the location where you will enter transcript requests. Transcripts cost $20 for all schools, one $20 fee, paid through the ASB web store or the ASB window, will cover the cost of all transcripts sent for an unlimited number of schools. No student should be paying more than $20 total for transcripts. For most schools, the transcript requirement will already be populated when you add the college and school links, but you can also add it by editing the application and adding it under counselor documents.
Hi, today we're going to talk about financial aid and scholarships. Most students need financial aid in college, and when you think of financial aid, you want to think about an umbrella of resources that can help you pay for the cost of going to school. Resources will include federal aid, grants, scholarships, work study, which is working on campus, and private institutional aid that the college will give you to help you offset the cost of your education. One of the first steps you need to do in getting financial aid is to complete the free application for federal student aid, known as the FAFSA. This year, the FAFSA will open in December. Before you start the FAFSA, you're recommended to create the FSA, or the Federal Student Aid ID, for yourself and your parent. The FSA ID is your electronic or digital signature that will be used this year and in subsequent years when you use the FAFSA to file for financial aid. The FAFSA has had some changes this year. If you have younger siblings, you may have remembered they had an October start date for the FAFSA. This year, the FAFSA will open in December. The FAFSA is fully online, and there are questions that both you students will answer as well as your parents or guardian. The FAFSA must be submitted by institution-specific deadlines, typically February and March. Please make sure you check your deadlines. The link to the FAFSA is on the CHS website under the Supporting Students Counseling pages, and the FAFSA link will work for you starting in December. If you can't file the FAFSA, if you're undocumented, you can file the California DREAM Act application instead. The CSS profile is another tool to get money for college that may apply to you. There are some institutions locally, places like Claremont McKenna, USC, that use the CSS profile to help award additional money for financial aid to offset your education costs. The CSS profile does cost $25 for the first application and $16 thereafter. If you cannot afford this, there is a fee waiver option. Please see the guidance technician about this option. As I mentioned earlier, the CSS profile is required by the local community, the Claremont colleges, Pomona College, Scripps, Claremont McKenna, as well as Occidental and USC, and throughout the country as well. Cal Grant is another way of getting financial aid for college. The state of California awards California high school graduates grant money you don't have to repay, as long as you stay in California in a public or private institution of higher learning. The Cal Grant eligibility is determined by an agency called the California Student Aid Commission. And each fall, Claremont High School will submit senior GPAs to CSAC, the Student Aid Commission. When you file the FAFSA or the California DREAM Act, your Cal Grant eligibility will also be established in the financial aid office to which the colleges you apply this fall. California Cal Grant monies are issued to public and private colleges, so it applies to UCs, Cal States, private colleges in California. And for those of you who are looking at community colleges, the Cal Grant is also used at the community college level. We will have a virtual financial aid night this fall. Stay tuned for when that happens. And also you can start looking at Cash for College workshops to see about starting up the FAFSA when the time allows in December. As you're looking at scholarships, another way of financial aid in college, check school links because we will list scholarship opportunities there. A wonderful way to explore scholarships is to create a FastWeb account for scholarship and internships both in the next year as well as the years ahead. The screen will show you the FastWeb link, www.fastweb.com, and the link is also on the CHS website. This is a reminder too to also create a personal email for your college and financial aid communications in the future. Again, a personal email that you will check regularly in the weeks and months ahead. and carry with you in life after CHS.
We have just presented an overwhelming amount of information. All the videos will be uploaded up to the CHS website and counseling YouTube page. In addition, when you meet with your counselor for credit checks, you will be receiving the college application tip sheet. This is a quick reference guide on the information that you will need during the application season. The tip sheet will also be posted on the CHS website and sent out through Canvas. You will find that many of the questions that will arise throughout this time can be answered by referencing the tip sheet. And as always, if you have questions, come visit your counselors. We are available every day during lunch, and when we hit October, counselors will be available on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the library to help students with their college applications.